stages of culture shock and how this can very much affect us when we're in various different cultures. One thing that I did, again, I just talked to you about a year ago. I went to Germany and I also went to Austria. And I did experience a little bit of culture shock when I was out there. So I'm going to go over those 4 stages with you. The first stage is the honeymoon stage, and this is where you're fascinated and enchanted. So when I first got off the plane and we went to the train station and we went out to go see one of the castles that Snow White's castle was drafted after, that was built after, it was modeled after, and we were very much just enchanted and fascinated and thought, this place is great. It's beautiful. I can't believe I'm here. Probably by the next day, stage 2, we were exhausted, and the one thing that was very frustrating to us is we couldn't get any water. It was either beer or wine. And if you asked for water, they brought you sparkling water, and we couldn't figure out just how to get some water. And we were just dying of thirst, and they thought it was so strange that we wanted so much water. They couldn't understand that. When you have beer and wine, why would you be asking for water? Furthermore, what they couldn't understand is we wanted what we had to say, water, no gas, which means water without the bubbles. And they were floored that we wanted so much of this water without gas, that we wanted this non-bubbling water. And we started to get frustrated. And then also we would try to ask people questions, and my husband was kind of practicing his very outdated German, and they were just irritated with us, and we were kind of frustrated because we couldn't get any good directions. We didn't know how to order food. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know how to tell the cab driver where to take us. And so we started to experience a little bit of frustration. And then in stage 3, the recovery, where we learned the skills and the language, we kind of knew, oh, well, you ask for water, no gas. You tell the cab driver this. Make sure that you don't get up from your table very quickly after eating because they think that's rude. You really sit for hours and hours and hours and eat. And if you get up too quickly, the server would think that was rude and that you didn't like their food. So once we learned all of these things, we were in the recovery stage, and it was wonderful and perfect, and our shock kind of subsided, and we knew how to get around it. And then we had entered stage 4, which meant this is a great new culture. It didn't mean it was without its difficulties. We still ran into trouble here and there. For example, driving down to Austria from Germany, we had some trouble there on the Autobahn, and there were places that you had to pay, and we didn't know how to pay and what to do. And then you kind of had these truck stops you had to go through, and we didn't understand that. There were still those difficulties, but we were just enjoying the overall experience of how it was unfolding on this little adventure we were on. So anyways, that gives us all of chapter 2. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this helps. I look forward to your feedback. You can send me emails or whatnot. This is the first semester I've used Camtasia. I hope you find it as helpful as I have.